Go ahead.
All right,
Brent.
guys. Welcome to the to the final podcast of the season for FPF Junior. We're live once again at the Sportura Cage in Ville d'Anjou. I'm Brent Bakken, joined once again by the main man, FPF founder, CEO, if you will, Rob Campana.
Hey, Brent. How's it going?
I'm going
Just
great,
trying to get
friend.
my sound to work here as good as it usually does.
All right, so again, guys, this is Championship Sunday. It's the final week of the season for the FPF Junior guys. The action takes place this Sunday at Stade Hebert. Starts at 12 o'clock. So we have the freshman division, which will be the Ducks taking on the Bruins at 12. At 1 o'clock, we have the sophomore division, which is going to be the Hawkeyes against the Red Hawks. And finally...
Red Devils.
Red Devils, pardon me.
Yeah.
Red Devils, that's exactly it. I was getting ahead of myself. and then at 2 o'clock, we have the Horned Frogs taking on the Spartans for the Varsity Division Championship. So lots of action, Championship Sunday.
Should be good, Brent. It's 3 good matchups, and I hope we get 3 very tight, closely matched games that come down to the final play. Let's hope.
Well, again, we went through 8 weeks of the regular season, and last weekend was the first and second round of the playoffs. So the teams have they battle hard all season. So I definitely think there's going to be some fun action come Sunday. All right, so we're going to change things up a little bit here. We have a couple of players from the championship teams, if you will, that are coming out to sit with us tonight. So definitely we've been asked to get some players on. I think what better time than
That's it. We can finally get to hear what the kids have to say and what they think their chances are going into the big game on Sunday.
All right. So again, like I mentioned, for the freshman matchup, it is the Ducks versus the Bruins. So we have 2 players from the Bruins here today, Eloi and Maurizio Jr. So we're going to kick it off. We're going to first speak to Maurizio just about his team, what do you think is going to happen on Sunday, and just a couple of things, just things of interest, like his favorite football player, perhaps.
Let's not spoil all the questions,
okay,
Brent.
you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So again, this is a little Q&A session for, I see some nervous faces right now looking back at me, but again, some Q&A for some of the players from all 3 divisions. So it should be fun.
So right after the break, we'll be back with that.
Cool. All right, guys, so we're back. As I mentioned just before the break, we have a Q&A session with 2 players from the Bruins, Maurizio Jr. and Eloi Tremblay. Bienvenue, les gars. Welcome, guys.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Bonjour. Comment ça va?
Ça va bien?
Merci. Et toi?
I'm doing great.
All right, all right. So, guys, this is the championship. So, c'est le grand finale. Okay. So, La première fois, tu jouais contre le Bruins, c'est dans la semaine 5, mais tu perdure 20-6. You guys lost 20-6 to the Bruins last time you guys, pardon me, to the Ducks rather, pardon me, last time you guys played. What were you able to learn from that game?
Uh, well, I learned that I needed to concentrate more because that was the game when I got injured.
Okay.
I needed to concentrate more. We need to be a little bit smart, read the quarterback, and be smart in defense a little bit. And for offense, for receiver, go deep, stretch the field, and we need to avoid drop balls.
OK. Eloi, pour toi, OK. Quand tu jouais avec l'offense, tu as toi touché, OK? Je pense, toi? 4 ou toi?
3.
Toi, OK, exactement, toi. Mais si tu jouais sur la défense, tu as 4 interceptions. So, mon question pour toi, c'est est-ce que tu préfères l'offense ou la défense?
Ben, j'ai pas vraiment de préférence parce que des deux côtés, j'aime ça. Ben, ben, c'est ça.
OK. Et est-ce que tu aimes le football, le NFL ou le CFL?
Quoi?
Est-ce que tu aimes le NFL ou le CFL?
Ben, j'aime les deux.
OK.
Je suis la saison de la NFL et de la CFL. Des fois, j'accompagne mon père pour voir des matchs des Alouettes.
Ah, OK. Ça, tu aimes les Alouettes, je pense, oui? Et dans la NFL, OK, c'est quoi ton équipe?
Moi, c'est les Bengals de Cincinnati.
Ah, bouh! On aime pas les Bengals à FPF.
Rob est un fan de les Steelers. C'est qui ton joueur favori?
J'en ai 3.
OK.
Tyler Eifert,
Mhm.
AJ Green
OK.
et Andy Dalton.
OK. And Maurizio, I'm assuming since you're wearing Seahawks gear, you're a big Russell Wilson and Seahawks fan, I guess.
Yes.
So, Brent, can I jump in for a question from Maurizio? Maurizio, last year was your first season in FPF Junior, and you played for a team called the Tigers, right?
Exactly.
And most of those guys are back now and playing for the Ducks. So, as your former teammates, is there any insight you can provide to your team, or that you will provide to your teammates this Sunday, like based on your experience playing with so many of these guys on the Ducks team?
To be honest, they're great players. Last year, they're great players. So we just gotta. So I think they're gonna make great plays, great catches. So we need to be, like I said before, smart on defense, and just like kind of read their minds and stuff.
Eloi, yeah?
Eloi, je vais te demander une question à propos de ton corps arrière, William Leclerc. Cette saison, il a vraiment joué super bien pour vous toute la saison. Une couple de grosses courses à la fin des matchs pour gagner des parties pour vous. Parle-nous un peu de William comme joueur puis coéquipier, puis qu'est-ce qu'il apporte à l'équipe des Bruins.
Ben, il apporte une grande aide avec ses longues courses. Des fois, on est en 4e essai dans notre zone. Là, ces courses, ils nous aident à aller à un premier essai. Puis en défensive, il fait vraiment une bonne job. Il est rapide. Il nous a permis, pour le dernier jeu contre les Cougars, de l'emporter en faisant le tackle pour la victoire. Et aussi, il fait beaucoup d'interceptions et pour des touchés. En tout cas, c'est une grande aide.
Ouais, c'est un bon joueur, absolument. OK, super. Merci.
Okay, so my next question for you guys is, what do you like so much about FPF Junior? Pourquoi tu aimes le FPF Junior?
Moi?
Oui. Toi et Maurizio, je commence avec.
Parce que en même temps, le football, c'est un sport d'équipe et moi, j'aime ça, travailler en équipe parce que c'est amusant en plus, le football, et l'équipe, c'est important.
C'est vrai?
Et en plus, c'est mon sport préféré, puis sinon, je peux pas faire de football pour contact pendant beaucoup de temps, vu que ça aussi, j'en fais.
And for you, Maurizio, why do you like FPF Junior so much?
It's a fun sport. You don't get injured a lot, and also you get to like meet new people and stuff, become friends with them.
Okay, and my final question for the both of you will be, I'll start with you, Maurizio. Why will you guys win on Sunday?
Because we're just gonna give it our all. We're gonna give it all. We're gonna be smart. Throw the ball deep. Be smart in defense.
OK. Et pour toi, Eloi, c'est la même question pour toi. Pourquoi votre équipe a gagné dimanche?
Ben, c'est à cause que ben, on a réussi à notre défensive et elle a réussi à souvent les arrêter. Et ben, à un moment donné, il était à la ligne de une verge et il menait 18-12. Et là, ben, on avait de la difficulté. Tout le monde avait les épaules basses. Puis là, il allait marquer un touchdown. Le QB il a fait une passe. Je l'ai intercepté. Puis on a repris en marquant un touché. Ensuite, c'était en prolongation. On a réussi à marquer un point de plus. Et eux, ils n'ont pas réussi.
OK.
Et à cause que William a réussi à déflaguer le QB, vu que leur dernière tentative pour 2 points, c'était une course. Et ben, William a déflagué.
Alors, Eloi.
Ça, c'est contre le Cougars, je sais, mais cette dimanche prochaine, ton équipe a gagné parce que. Quoi?
Alors, pour ce match, right, Brent? Pour ce
ça.
match-là.
Pour ce match-là.
Ah, le match des Ducks?
Oui, c'est ça. Non, oui, contre les Ducks, oui.
Ah, ben, ça va être une difficile équipe. Eux sont bons, vu que moi, je suis restée après notre victoire de dimanche. Puis j'ai vu que leur rusher, il est vraiment rapide. Et aussi par les courses, il est rapide. Donc, je crois que ça va être difficile. En plus, leurs passes, ils sont bons. Mais moi, je trouve qu'ils sont meilleurs par la course que par la passe. À cause de leur QB et du rusher qui va QB, le numéro 5 selon moi.
OK, c'est bon. So, tu dis bonne chance à toi et ton équipe, mon ami.
Merci.
Bonne chance dimanche. Good luck, Maurizio.
Thank you.
You guys are a great team. So, again, it'll be a great match, I think, on Sunday. And once again, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks for
Appreciate
coming out.
it.
All right. So, guys. All right, guys, welcome back to the FPF Junior Podcast. Again, you guys saw a little earlier, we had the freshman division on for a Q&A session, and now we have some guys from the sophomore division. We have 2 players from the Hawkeyes who are taking on the Red Devils. This Sunday, we have Hawkeyes quarterback Kaelan and defensive back and receiver Alexandre.
Hi.
So, guys, welcome to the show. First question I want to ask you. I mean, you guys had a pretty good regular season. You guys finished 7-1. I believe you guys had a pretty good offense. I won't say the best offense because the Red Devils actually scored a couple more points than you guys, 249 to 214. But again, you guys had a great offense and a great defense as well. You guys led in the second least amount of points with 92. So you guys are doing great things on both sides of the ball. So again, Championship Sunday is coming up. How excited are you guys to be playing this coming Sunday?
I'm pretty excited.
Okay. Toi, je pense que tu es excité pour le match cet dimanche, je pense?
Ben, je suis pas mal excitée parce que il y a beaucoup de mes amis du collège Bourget qui sont dans l'autre équipe. Fait que c'est pas mal plus excitant de jouer contre des personnes que tu connais. Il y a un petit peu plus de challenge. Fait que pour moi, c'est vraiment le fun de jouer contre les Red Devils ce dimanche.
OK. Je pense que c'est un petit peu personnel, je pense aussi? OK. Okay, guys. I just want to ask you some personal questions. You guys are football fans from the football. Who's your favorite football team?
Patriots.
Et toi?
Giants.
Okay, all right. Giants, Patriots, okay. So again, FPF, what did you guys like about it this season? FPF Junior, I should say.
Everything. It was fun.
Okay.
Better. I play tackle, and it's less players, smaller field, but you can't really run as often, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's just no contact, so it's more strategy, and yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
Can I follow up with a question
Go
for
for it.
Alexandre? Alexandre, dès que vous étiez ici avec ton collègue Kaelan, puis qui a gagné le team MVP, puis toi, comme un bon joueur de football qui connaît le jeu assez bien, parle-nous un peu de Kaelan comme coéquipier puis comme QB pour l'équipe, la contribution qu'il a fait pour les Hawkeyes cette saison.
Ben, moi, je trouve que Kaelan il a bien fait sa job parce qu'il faisait ses reads. Il nous a apporté beaucoup de points avec ses runs, avec ses passes. Puis il a un bon bras. Fait qu'il est capable de compléter ses passes. Puis je pense qu'il a été QB dans sa saison régulière. Fait qu'il est capable plus de faire ses reads que moi. Comme des fois, j'étais QB pour remplacer Kaelan quand on gagnait beaucoup ou juste quand il était blessé. Puis je sais que moi, j'ai eu beaucoup de difficultés. C'est justement parce que j'avais pas les talents de QB que Kaelan avait. Fait que moi, je pense que Kaelan, c'est un très bon coéquipier parce qu'il essayait de passer à tout le monde. Puis quand il n'y avait pas l'option, ben il faisait souvent le first down ou juste avancer de beaucoup.
Super.
I want to ask you, Kaelan, this is the third time you're going to be playing against the Red Devils. The first time you guys beat them in week 1 was 30-14. You know, week 1, you guys play football. Week 1, I always say you can't get too much out of a week 1 match, the first game of the season. Then you guys beat them in week 7, 24-18. That was pretty close. You guys actually went on to lose your week 8 matchup. So maybe that was, do you feel that the Red Devils are a team that maybe not necessarily have your number, but they're a team that maybe knows what it takes to beat you? Or are you confident that you guys will be able to knock them off on Sunday?
Well, I know that they can beat us if they play perfect, and we have a bad day, and they can beat us. But I don't think they will this Sunday. But last time we played them, they scored on the second to last play or something, and we didn't really care because we knew they weren't going to win anyways. So it was 24-12, and then they were just throwing the ball up, and we didn't make our tackle, obviously. But yeah, I know they can beat us. So.
If I can have a follow-up question for you, Kaelan, as a quarterback. So on this Hawkeyes team, I think what Brent and I both liked about this team all season long was the fact that there was a lot of depth on the roster. A lot of guys contributed. Guys like Noah Smallwood and Jonathan Lebenschan and Cameron Mulcair, Sasha Massikat, the list goes on and on. Can you talk to us a bit about, obviously you and Alexandre are here to represent the team, but can you talk to us a bit about some of the teammates who maybe didn't get as much attention throughout the season from Brent and I, who you guys think you'd like to give some props to? Même chose avec toi, Alexandre. S'il y a des coéquipiers que tu penses, tu aimerais mentionner qui ont fait une super bonne job cette saison, mais peut-être n'ont pas eu autant d'attention que quelques-uns des autres.
Moi, je pense que Noah et Sacha, ils ont été très utiles dans notre équipe. Parce que Noah, il était petit, mais il avait beaucoup de speed. Fait qu'il était toujours ouvert dans le deep. Fait que Kaelan, il a été souvent capable de le trouver. Puis c'est souvent comme ça qu'on a fait des points. Puis Sacha, il a été très utile dans la défense. Parce qu'il manquait pas souvent ses tackles. Fait qu'ils arrêtaient souvent. Je pense qu'il a manqué comme 5 fois ses tackles. Fait que ça nous a beaucoup servi à la défensive.
Well, I played tackle with Sasha and Noah, so we already knew each other. And Noah, he in tackle, he started out as a receiver and then went to DB, so we already had a little bit of a connection. And Sasha, he played defense, so he was just good at tackling. And everyone else just they're good receivers. And
All right, good stuff. Thanks.
All right. So I want to ask you guys again, talking about the Red Devils now. Lorenzo Cormier Jarba, it's 12 TDs. He's obviously the best receiver. They have a lot of talent. Noah Lachance, O'Shea Maxwell, Felix Guerin. How are you guys on defense? You guys both play defense, obviously. How do you guys plan on stopping such a powerful offense?
well, our safeties, we have to play a little bit deeper because he likes to go deep. I watched the last game, and they had a couple TDs deep because I think his name is O'Shea. He beat there's the corners or the safeties, and the quarterback has good arm, and he's pretty accurate. So he just threw it deep, and they scored. So the safeties we have to play deeper, and their center, he gets a lot of targets, so he gets a lot of yards, and he's a big guy. So we gotta get on him and tackle him as soon as he gets the ball. Make sure he gets the ball the least amount of times this game, because last game he had the most. And we just gotta play tight defense.
Okay. And last question I'm going to ask to both of you guys. I'll start with you, Alexandre. Cet dimanche, les Hawkeyes ont gagné à la cause de...
On a gagné parce qu'on était vraiment concentrés.
Oh non, Alex. Oh, je pense qu'il te demande
Contre le
pourquoi est-ce que vous allez... Si vous gagnez ce dimanche, quelles vont être les raisons?
Moi, je pense qu'on va gagner, premièrement, parce qu'on va être préparé. On a une coupe de jeux. Notre coach a dessiné des jeux qu'il utilisait souvent. Fait qu'on va pouvoir comme, essayer de read leurs jeux qu'ils font à l'avance pour se préparer, bien placer, se mettre en position pour essayer de bloquer ou intercepter leurs passes. Fait que je pense qu'on va vraiment être prêt à leur battre. Parce qu'on va avoir une touche. En tout cas, je crois qu'eux, ils n'ont pas pris leur jeu. Fait que je pense qu'on va avoir une touche d'avance sur eux.
And you, Kaelan, I'm going to ask you the same question. Why will you guys win on Sunday?
Well, I think we're the better team. Just physically, I think we're better. And well, if like he said, our coach drew some plays up because he saw their games and he was drawing the plays that he saw them run. So he scouted the game and he gave that to us so we could make our pre-snap reads kind of on defense and see by their formations what we think they're going to do. And we can adjust to that and hopefully intercept the ball and maybe bring it back to the house.
All right, sounds good. Just want to say good luck to you guys this Sunday.
Thank you.
Bon chance ce dimanche.
Merci.
And thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so guys, we'll be back after the break with the varsity division. All right, guys, welcome back to the final FPF Junior Podcast. This is the final part of the Q&A session. Now we're doing the varsity division. We're gladly joined by Casey Dobson.
Hi.
Of the Spartans. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Don't be shy. Don't worry about it.
So I'll get started, Brent, if I may, with the first question. So, Casey, what we know about you is that you are a high school quarterback.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
At which high school?
John Rennie.
John Rennie. Okay. So your experience before playing on this, in this FPF Junior League for the Spartans was strictly as a quarterback. So now you come to this team. You find the role, like your coach Dylan has told me, a really big role, especially on defense. You turn into quite the defensive back. So talk to us a bit about how transitioning your game from a quarterback to a defensive back has helped you as a DB, and how you think it'll help you going back to a quarterback once your John Rennie season starts again.
I think it's helped me a lot, like going to the defense, because I know how quarterbacks work and I know what they want to do. So it's made it a little bit easier to try and transition. Granted, I'm playing against guys that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's been like a slight adjustment. My first 2 games might have not been the prettiest things to watch, but I think it's helped me that I know kind of what they're trying to do and I know kind of how they want to work.
Good stuff.
All right. So again, Rob was saying earlier, a few seconds ago, that you become quite the defensive back. You lead your team with 5 bat downs.
Oh.
What is that? There you go. You learn something every day. What is being a quarterback, as Rob was saying before? How has that helped you on defense?
I think it's just, like I said, I know kind of where they want to go, and I know like the slight like ins and outs of how they might want to work. So it's helped me to anticipate plays and to kind of anticipate where the ball is going to go on certain plays, on certain situations, and stuff like that.
Great.
Okay.
So Casey, speak to us a bit about, the guys who got a lot of the press, and rightfully so, on the Spartans have been quarterback Ryan Garber and wide receiver defensive back Adam Marus, although they both no-showed tonight, so I guess they're not that reliable. But on the field they are. So talk to us a bit about their roles on the team and the effect that they've had on your team throughout the season.
I think the stats kind of speak for themselves in that category. Like Adam is amazing, and so is Ryan, and to watch people like that play, and like I've learned so much from them. And yeah, maybe like I don't get the ball much, or like I kind of hide from them. It's just like they really carry our team, and like their attitude and their leadership has really helped us get out of our 0-4 start and get us on this roll.
Yeah.
And I think just without them, it would not be the same team.
And it's funny you mentioned that, because speaking to your coach Dylan, he really spoke about how the team kind of turned around halfway through the season, right? So
Yeah.
you say you guys started 0-4. There were some additions, Agostino and
that
Jules, and obviously there are some key contributors on defense like Christophe. So talk to us a bit about those guys and the roles they play specifically on the defensive side of the ball, and how things improved, in the second half of the season.
I think Agostino was a huge part, because he is a very like big presence, and he has an amazing leadership, and especially on defense, he's all over the place. Like watching him on defense, it's like, can I do that? Like he's just unbelievable to watch. And same thing with his stuff. He's a lot quieter, but he does everything he's asked to do. He makes picks, he makes tackles, and he makes quarterbacks scared to throw at him, which I think is something that's helped us a lot start to get on this rolling, pick up wins.
Good stuff.
Now again, you guys have played the Horned Frogs 3 times this season.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you guys lost all 3 games, but all 3 games are really tight.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, what do you think you guys need to do to knock those guys off on Sunday?
I think we need to focus on our game. I don't think we can try and pull anything that's out of our comfort zone. I think we need to do what we've done these past few weeks, which is just stay focused, stay at home, just play our game, and it should come together for us.
Again, obviously, you look at their offense. They have guys like Jordan Murphy, Kaelan, Ferdinand. They have some explosive receivers.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty safe to say
Yeah.
that. Even Dwante Morgan as well. As a defensive back, is one of the leaders of the secondary. How do you go about stopping some of their high-powered receivers?
I don't think I've done the best job of it, so maybe what we've all been doing, we need to just change and maybe just get a little bit more aggressive, get a little bit more in their face, try and get them off their toes, and just try something different than what we've done, because clearly what we've done hasn't been ideal, but we've gotten so close that I think it's just taking that one more step to just be like, no, we're here, this is our ball, this is our game, this is our title.
All right, sounds good.
Well said, Brent. That sounds like
I'm impressed.
Casey is ready to win this game. and it's tough, like they say in the pros, right, Brent? It's tough to beat the same team 3 times in the season.
Exactly.
To beat someone 4 times in a season,
there you go.
not easy, especially since they've put up such a good fight. We spoke a bit about some of the players on their offensive defensive side of the ball. As a quarterback, we spoke a bit about Ryan Garber, you being a quarterback. Speak to us a bit about what you've seen from Avery Lala, the quarterback for the Horned Frogs, and the threats that he brings to the table.
He's terrifying, quite frankly. As like, as a defensive back, to watch him, like, he gets the ball and he knows exactly where he wants to go, and the pace he puts behind the ball and the weight he puts behind the ball, they're all perfectly placed. They're beautiful. Like, he's just a lot of fun to watch, especially as a quarterback. It's exactly what I want to be able to do. So just watching him has taught me a lot and impressed me a lot too.
Good stuff. And maybe Brent, last thing I'll say, just to give Casey a shout out, because Casey was one of only 2 girls to take part in the FPF junior varsity division, and both girls, Anne Godbout, who played for the Bulldogs, and obviously Casey was here right next to me. They both did a terrific job this year, which was really nice to see, Casey, and I give you props for that, because it's sometimes, it's not easy. Some girls may say, hey, I'm a little I'm a little uncomfortable to play against these big boys, these big guys that make you and I, Brent, look like small guys. So I just want to give you major props for that, because you really did a good job out there, and you really you stood out on defense and made some big plays all season long. So good for you.
Definitely showed you belong. Definitely showed you belong. So good job to you.
Thank
awesome.
You.
All right, so I was going to ask you, I don't know if you have any more questions, Rob?
Go ahead, Brent. You can ask her for her take or her predictions for Sunday.
Yeah. I want to know, why do you think you guys get the W on Sunday?
Because the way we've been playing of late, we're so together as a team, and we believe in each other, and we believe that we can do this. And I think that's something that was missing, especially when we played them the other times. We were 0-4. We were just not doing very well. And I think now that we have that belief, we have that confidence going in. And I mean, of course, they're confident. They haven't lost. But it's just something that I think with our confidence, we're going to have what it takes to be able to get in front of them and be like, no, this is ours.
All right, well, listen. Good luck Sunday.
Thank you.
I'm pulling for you guys. I mean, you definitely have the talent to pull it off. Knocking off the undefeated Horned Frogs. It should be a great one.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming
being
out.
here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
All right. All right, guys, welcome back to the FPF Junior Final Podcast. So earlier in the show, we did the sophomore division where we had some members from the Hawkeyes and Alexandre and Kaelan Trapani come out to give their take on what's going to happen Sunday. So now from the Red Devils, we have quarterback extraordinaire Noah Lachance. So Noah, I just want to say first off, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
All right, so listen, as I mentioned, you guys are taking on the Hawkeyes. You guys have lost both regular season matchups to them, but as we always say, playoffs are here.
Yeah.
Fill out those records, my friend. What chance do you guys think you have, or you and your team have, this coming Sunday?
Well, all honesty, we really need to execute and not panic against this team, because that's what we did in our first game. I saw that's what we did, and our second game we played positive when we came short, 24-18. So it's pretty short. So I think we're execute, don't panic.
It was a hard-fought game, that last loss, right, Noah? And I know it stung when I spoke to the Red Devils on the sideline. They said, we want another shot at these guys. Noah told me that too. So now you got your shot, and it's fun. They're coming off a big I was there at way out east in Saint-Jean-Vianney, pretty far east, Noah? But it was a good game. We were expecting maybe a bit of a tighter game between the Red Devils and the Buckeyes in the semis. But Noah and the boys took care of business pretty well there. So and now we are for the final. So, Noah, looking at your stats this year, 24 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. 55% passing completion. Brent, those are pretty good numbers, eh? You guys are both 49er fans. I think you guys would both take those numbers for a 49er quarterback, wouldn't you?
13 yards of pass. Can't go wrong with that.
So talk to us a bit about your first experience playing flag. Obviously, you're a celebrated tackle football quarterback. You have a lot of experience there, obviously, for anyone who's seen you play. But talk to us a bit about your first season playing flag and the adjustment and how you think you did.
Well, it takes a lot of... you have to move a lot more. Like, you got a rusher at you. It's much different,
And like just as far as the reads and stuff like that, obviously without an O-line, how was that adjustment, Noah?
Yeah, I'd say it's good.
Yeah. Okay. So good stuff. Good stuff. A man, a few words so far, but Noah is he's a big performer on the field. I want to ask you a bit about the opposing quarterback, Kaelan Trepanier. So you went up against him twice. This year, obviously, he's a very good defensive player as well. Talk to us a bit about like A, what you think about him as a player, and B, how you think you guys, or what you think you guys need to do on Sunday to neutralize him.
Well, essentially, Kaelan, he's really fast. He's got a good arm, and he throws a really nice ball. And honestly, to stop him is his run. His run is just really effective, and he burns you, So we're gonna have to flag him,
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to ask you actually about that playing the quarterback position. Obviously, Kaelan's getting a lot of the press this year. We also have from the Buckeyes Trey Bentley, who had a phenomenal year last year, leading his team to a championship. Not too many people knew a lot of stuff about you coming into the season. What do you think makes you stand out as a quarterback?
Well, I'd say I like to use my arm a lot for throwing and stuff, and I used to use my legs as well to run all around the field and stuff. So.
Okay, so I want to ask you on offense now. Who are some of the receivers that who are some of your go-to receivers?
Go-to?
Yeah, who's your go-to receiver?
I'd have to say William Bradford, Lorenzo, and O'Shea Maxwell are probably my go-tos.
This is a deep roster, Brent. There's talent from top to bottom.
That's what I wanted to ask. Exactly. So I wanted to ask who specifically was your go-to receiver. What does each receiver that you have on your team? What do they bring to the table?
O'Shea, every game he has like a different attitude going into it. He's either really happy, he's got a lot of different emotions.
He's like the Terrell Owens of the team. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lorenzo, he's really like calm, but he's like me. He shows up to the game and he performs. And I'd say Will Bradford, he's kind of like that Odell Beckham Jr. He's fancy and all that. So.
Very good player. And also, so you know what, and that's just to follow up on Brent's great question. So obviously these guys that you've mentioned, Noah, maybe in addition to, Félix Guérin, these are some of the big name guys on the team. But talk to us a bit about some of the guys that maybe got a little bit less press. Like, for instance, your rusher, Liam, who had a great game against the Seminoles a few weeks back as a rusher, and he's improved a lot throughout the season. Talk to us about some of the other guys that maybe we don't hear about as much, but that play a big role on the Red Devils' offense or defense.
Well, on the offense, that's pretty much it. But on the defense, I would have to say, like, we haven't really, like, I've listened to the podcast, and you guys really haven't talked about, like, Will Denis. He's a big impact performer when it comes to the game. He gets a lot of tackles. He gets interceptions at crucial times in the game. Yeah. So he's comes up in a big way.
Good stuff.
Us.
Yeah. So Noah, tell Brent directly, man. Step up your game. Will
Denis,
he's been lights out all year, and we haven't
Will
gotten
Denis,
up press.
4 interceptions. Even Darius Nicholson as well, 4 interceptions on his own.
Darius is also like he doesn't say a word, but
he stands out with those nice USA spats that he wears. Yeah. So good stuff. So then obviously Brent is going to move forward, talking about Sunday's game. But before Brent asks the question about, what you think you guys need to do as a whole to win, I'm going to ask you another question, Noah. What has to happen for you guys to lose the game? So what if at the end of the game on Sunday, 2:00 at Hébert, and the Hawkeyes are holding up that trophy, and Kaelan is running around the field with the trophy over his head. What will have happened wrong for the Red Devils for you guys to lose that game?
Well, honestly, I'm trying to picture that, and I just really can't.
You can't.
I can't think of it because I'm too thinking about winning right now. So
Nice.
concentrated. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's
There
good.
you go.
Good
Good
stuff.
attitude. Yeah. All right. So I want to ask you 2 more questions. The first one will be, why would you guys win on Sunday?
Why would we win? I say we've lost to this team twice. We know what it's like losing to them, and I think at one point it just got to end. We can just make the league happy that we finally beat these guys. Because I mean, the Buckeyes beat them, but they didn't have all their players and stuff. So
Okay. The final question I want to ask you personally. So first, you're in FPF. You're obviously having a lot of fun, right? What would winning a championship mean to you?
to me, it'd, like, put a statement out to the whole FPF junior division, honestly, because my first year, Trey played last year, so it's normal for him to have another good year. But for me, for my first year, I think it's like a statement for the next years going on.
All right, sir. Sounds good. Just want to say good luck this Sunday.
Thank you.
Thanks
Should
for
be a
coming
great
out.
game. Yeah, thanks for coming out. All right.
From one Niners fan to another. Good luck, Noah.
Exactly. We'll be all right, my friend. 2 years. I mean, maybe, by the time they get good, maybe you can play quarterback for them as
Yeah,
well.
good quarterback.
Be awesome. Good times. Thanks again, bud.
All right, so welcome back for the last interview, last segment here for the FPF Junior podcast press conference edition. So I'm joined by the, how can we say this, guys? The heavyweight champs, the undefeated, undisputed 8-0, now 9-0 Horned Frogs. Guys, who wants to jump out at first? Why have you guys been so dominant all year?
I mean, to this year, our team, I find, clicked, really fast. I find, our first game, I found, we were playing together for, years. That's what I felt like. And players on our team are just really, really good. And I don't know.
It's a deep roster. By the way, I didn't fully introduce the players as I should have, so I apologize for that. To my immediate left here, we have Avery Lala, quarterback. We have Dwante Morgan in the middle, and Jordan Murphy on the far end. So, just so we're clear on who's who here. So, guys, Dwante, I'll ask you this question directly. Talk to me a bit about about the team as a whole. So you guys, Avery kind of alluded to how strong the roster is. But if you look at this team from top to bottom, I mean, yourself and Jordan, Kaelan, Ferdinand, Zachary, Stur, the list goes on and on. I mean, there's no weak players on this team. Everybody has their role and plays it well. So, how can you guys be beat?
We can't.
You can't be beat. All right. Jordan, you want to try that? If a team is to come out and play a perfect game and beat you guys, what do you think they have to do to knock you guys off? Because right now it doesn't look like anyone can.
Yeah, well, I mean, they'd have to find our weak spot, which I find is really hard to find because I feel like Avery said, we have a really strong chemistry. And, I mean, I find that we don't really have any weak links, so they would have to really dig deep to find it.
Yeah. All right, fair answer. Avery, coming back to you. You're a seasoned vet now in FPF Junior, right? It's your second year. You played last year for the team called the Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
Last year, your touchdown to interception ratio, 21-15. This year, 32-4. Your completion percentage last year, 48.6. This year, 67. What happened this year to make, besides the obviously influx of talent, what just clicked for you that completely turned around your statistics and your performance?
I think more exposure to the game. Because last year I find I was a little bit more nervous, to throw a pick or get sacked. I think this year, the roster helped too, like with the talent. But I think I was more confident in my throws and yeah.
All right, Jordan. Moving on to you. 32 receptions, 467 yards, 13 touchdowns. And 6 INTs on defense. It's not too shabby if you ask me. How was your adjustment coming over from, you guys are obviously all tackle football players. Yeah. How was the adjustment adapting to flag and the smaller field and the different pace of the game?
I mean, it's pretty hard, right? Because it's faster, and I feel like it's harder to adjust because the field's smaller, so you have to know where you're on the field at all times. And it wasn't that bad because we already had chemistry, and then plus we clicked also quick. So, and altogether we all learned fast. So it was all great altogether.
Okay, great. A question for any of you, whoever wants to answer it. This team obviously has, is very top heavy, of course, with you three guys, with Kaelan, Ferdinand. It's a lot of star power. Talk to me a bit about the role players on the team who've really played a big role. So I'm talking about Alexis Dubois on defense, Andrew Colucci, rusher Giordano Prue, who a lot of quarterbacks in the varsity division have said this guy's like one of the fastest rushers they've ever faced, which obviously helps a lot. Justin Brunel as your snapper. Talk to me a bit about these guys and the role they play on the team.
Well, Giordano, it makes it easier for us because he gets to the quarterback fast, so we don't have to cover as long.
Yeah.
And we can jump routes because he gets there fast. Andrew, he's really good at covering, and he's really athletic, and he helps us cover the slots.
I got Alexi.
Yeah.
Alexi, he's really tough. He's really good at tackling. I've never seen someone blown past him for coverage or tackling. He's really, really tough at tackling. I don't know what to say about him.
Yeah.
He's really, really good.
Yeah, I would say that he's probably the best tackler on our team. He'll dive for the flag and he'll always get it. It seems to always get in his hand and he'll just get him tackle him right away.
All right, and last player I'll ask you about on the team, guys, specifically, is Kaelan Ferdinand. So he obviously, offensively, defensively especially, really lights out this season. This guy, you three guys have played together, right, in Chateauguay. I know Kaelan is a North Shore or a Laval guy. How did he impress you guys just as a new name that you met week 1 of the season?
I think what surprised me was that he's a rookie to flag football, and that really, really surprised me. And he's extremely good on both sides. His defense, he's tall, he can jump and get those balls, knock them down. He's really fast, so he can play sideline to sideline. And offense, he's can catch everything, and I don't know what to say about him. He's really, really good. All
right, guys. So now looking forward to the Spartans game this Sunday. The Spartans started the season off 0-4. They've heated up since then. They still haven't beat you guys, but they've kept it relatively close, and they feel like they're peaking at the right time. Who are the guys that worry you on the Spartans? Who are the guys that you kind of have to keep an eye on going into the game?
Well, for obviously on offense, definitely Adam. He's probably their top receiver, and it's someone that we're gonna have to look at and obviously cover well.
Yeah.
Also, their quarterback Ryan Garber, I think that's what his name is. He's really good. Last year he was also, I think he was on the champion.
He was on the runner-up.
Runner-up.
The runner-up.
But he's really, really good. He can connect with everyone, and he seems like a really good talent on throwing the ball and running the ball. Because whenever we play him, he runs the ball really, really, really well. So, yeah.
Do we have a prediction for the final score, guys?
We'd
Or
like
are
to-
we not going to play that game?
I'd like to keep that a secret.
Keep that a secret, all right.
You know
How about
what,
Jordan?
let me-
Can I get you a...
Let me jump in there for a
Yeah,
second.
go for it,
I
Brent.
just want to ask you guys. You're obviously a confident bunch, right? The three of you. You guys said you haven't been beat yet. It kind of sounds like. So you guys rubbing your chins there, looking a little cocky. You can't go wrong with that. You guys are undefeated. You deserve it. But I want to ask you, beating a team 4 times in a season is going to be kind of hard. You guys have done it 3 times, and out of all the teams in the varsity division, they've played you the toughest. The most you guys beat them by is 2 touchdowns. So I think it goes without saying. I think that the Red Devils, obviously, they're going to come out with their pardon me, not the Red Devils. The Spartans are going to come out with their best effort Sunday. What do you think you guys have to do to get the W?
I think we got to execute better than we've ever had because I know they're going to bring their all. And last week, the other team, we usually beat up on them. They give us a run for our money, not necessarily on the scoreboard, but like through the eye test, they really gave us a run for our money. I was really surprised when they came out and played as hard as they did.
And do you feel then that it's, again, the team you guys played last week gave you a run for your money, as you said. Do you feel that it's just a thing where it's playoff time, so teams are playing a little bit better and making less mistakes, or do you think that, what do you think it is that teams are giving you such a tougher time now that the playoffs have started?
Well, like I feel like regular season, they weren't really adjusting to what we were doing. So like they were just going with the flow. And now playoff, they really want to win. Like I'm not saying they didn't want to win the regular season, but like now it's like win or go home. So they're really pulling out all their tricks and changing their coverages.
So we didn't get a prediction out of them, Brent. We couldn't poke it out of them. So I don't know here. How about this? I'll ask you guys another question. Who will be the X factor in the game? So not necessarily. I mean, it's easy. Avery. Let's leave Avery out of this because he's the quarterback, touches the ball in every play. Who is going to be the guy who's going to step up in this game and perform better than he has throughout the season and be an X factor in your win against the Spartans?
Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew. I don't like to say this, but people underestimate him. But playing with Alexi on his side, them two are friends.
Yeah.
But Andrew is really, really, really good. And last game he got a pick, and it was really, really big for the game. And he's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's also a lifeguard, so if ever you're stuck in the water or something, Andrew's your guy. So, all right, guys. Well, Brent, any last words? Any words of wisdom for these guys? Or
I just want to say, good luck this coming Sunday from one former Chateauguay Raider to some other former Chateauguay Raiders. It's always great to see. Wish you guys luck. Should be a good one.
And hopefully, these guys are quite young, Brent. They're younger than we are. But in 2007, there was a football team. I don't know if you guys have heard of them, the New England Patriots. And they were undefeated going into the Super Bowl. They were ready to set a record or be the second team to go undefeated. And they were beat by the New York Giants, who were big underdogs in that game. So are the Spartans going to be the New York Giants to the Horned Frogs, New England Patriots? We'll see Sunday. We'll find out. It should be a great game, Brent. We're looking forward to it. Boys, thanks for coming out. I know you guys, it was a long drive all the way up from Chateauguay, so we appreciate you guys being here. And we'll see you on Sunday. Good luck, all right?
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, welcome back to the FPF Junior Podcast. So, Rob, this is it for the season. As I mentioned a couple of times, Championship Sunday coming up at Stade Hebert, 12 o'clock. Should be action-packed.
Yeah, absolutely, Brent. And it was really fun working with you this season. So thanks for having an amateur like me join you. It was a good time covering the division. Obviously, we saw that there were some challenges. We weren't able to cover, every team as well as we can. It's very difficult with all the players. So maybe next year the rumor is that I will be replaced by some of the youngsters, and you'll be able to work with them. And I think it'll be a bit more fun. So we'll see if that comes too. But great job covering the division this year, Brent, speaking for a lot of the members of the league and the players. Your article, the podcast, great work, Brent.
Yeah, listen, again, as I always say, it's a pleasure writing for you guys and doing the podcast for you guys, and obviously working with the main man, Rob, here. Your information and the fun that you brought to doing the podcast.
Appreciate
definitely
it.
Something I was a little nervous going into it. We weren't really sure how it would go, and you know what? From all the response that you guys are giving us, you guys seem to like it. So we're doing something right for sure.
I guess so.
All right. So again, guys, this is it for the rest of the season, unfortunately. I want to thank you guys at home for tuning in every Tuesday. And again, want to thank the kids that came out tonight to Sparta to the Cage to be part of this monumental podcast. We'll be back again next season.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in the spring for the first ever FPF Junior spring season. So like I said, hopefully Brent will be joined by someone with a little more charisma and on stage presence than me. But we'll keep that up in the air for now. But it's been really fun, and that's it. Sunday's matchup should be great. We're going to be filming the games live, Brent. We'll be putting together a whole package to give to all the players with game footage, sideline footage, crowd footage. It should be a really, really fun, a really cool product that we're going to give you guys within about a week or two's time. So it should be fun.
Definitely. So again, I just want to tell you guys thank you. And I mean, again, FPF Junior, this is Rob's child, Rob's creation. I think, Rob, you did an amazing job. Last year we had 6 teams, 65 players. We've already jumped just in year 2 alone, 16 teams, 170 players. It's a great job, Rob.
Yeah, well, we do it for the kids, and as long as guys like it and they enjoy it and they keep coming back and having fun, then that's the goal. But obviously there's a lot of stuff to work on, Brent. I think parity was obviously something that wasn't where we wanted it to be this season. So there's some things like for practices early in the season. So obviously we're learning as we go, and we're going to reach out to parents once we always do at the end of the season to get feedback. And your feedback is very important, of course, in order to make this thing even better next season.
And that's exactly it, guys. I mean, no one's perfect. We're definitely not perfect here, but we're trying our best to reach that level of perfection. So, again, get your kids out here. Play some ball, whether you're a kid from tackle, a kid who's played maybe in a touch football league at school or a flag football league, or you're just a kid who watches football on TV and is interested in getting out there, tossing around the rock. Come out, have some fun. So, again, guys, this is it. Fortunately, for the rest of the season, again, thank you guys for tuning in every single Tuesday. Thank you guys for reading the articles. And, yes, this week I'll have a championship article coming out. It should be out by Friday. So, again, thanks, guys. Take care.